In today's presentation, I'm going to be hitting on 4 major points. First of all, I want to distinguish between consumer and recruitment advertising because that will sort of lay the foundation for helping us understand what has happened so far in recruitment advertising, sort of what's in the past, what we're dealing with today, what's available, what's working, what's feasible for most organizations today. And then we're going to try to peek around the corner a little bit and look a few years out to see what types of recruitment advertising and online marketing are going to be the big stories over the next few years. The first ad on radio was real estate to help sell a piece of property. It wasn't until about 50 years later that the internet came along and started to commercialize recruitment advertising. The first online job posting ad was in 1976. That's about 20 years before the dawn of the World Wide Web. And it was posted, there was a job posting ad posted to a news group. Those of us who are sort of older or that have been around longer on the internet will remember news groups, and this one was in the MSG group, the message group. In 1997, so only about a decade ago, is when the first social networking site kicked off. Most people, I think, if you ask them, what was the first social networking site, probably the first one that most people would remember would be MySpace. There'd be a smaller number that would remember Friendster, but the first social networking site was 6 Degrees. 2 years later is when banner advertising, the annoying, click the monkey types of ads that you see on almost all commercial websites, it wasn't until 1999 that those became standardized. So globally, there's about 80 to 100,000 job boards. There's a bit of a race to zero. The job boards, especially now in a soft economy, have become so desperate for revenue that a lot of them are giving away postings or running big specials where you buy one posting, you get 2 for free, or doing things like an unlimited number of postings for $500 a month or whatever, or you can go to Craigslist in most cities and post ads for free. You can go to Indeed and Simply Hired and post ads for free. So employers are starting to realize that they can get the response rate that they want from job postings without having to pay for them. So why pay for job postings? Well, as employers start to move away from paying for job postings, that's going to cut significantly into the revenue that is enjoyed by job boards. Now, a big issue with resume searching from the job board perspective is that there is a significant amount of fraud and identity theft that is out there that is threatening job seekers. Any job board, Monster, Career Builder, niche job boards, etc., any job board that sells resume searching or offers it for free is running the risk of being hacked. Using them as an example, if a publicly traded company with the resources that Monster has cannot adequately safeguard the security, the privacy of its candidates, then how can the other 100,000 job boards out there do it? The candidates won't go to those sites enough. They won't trust them enough to use those sites. So I think there's going to be an elimination or great reduction in the revenues from job postings, the revenues from resume searching, and that's going to force a lot of job boards out of business, and it's also going to force a lot of employers to start looking at alternative means of getting their getting candidates from online resources. So more employers are going to start to look at search engine optimization, SEO, or search engine marketing, SEM, what's working. A lot of employers are now all of a sudden starting to look at how do we use MySpace, how do we use Facebook, how do we make this part of our recruiting, including candidates in the hiring process. For years now, employers have been using the social networking sites to help them exclude candidates from the hiring process. They'll use them as part of the background checking process, but we're now really starting to see employers using them. Those ads that I circled over on the right side, those ads are the pay-per-click. You're paying to advertise your job openings, your your employment opportunity, or your products, your services, etc. This area in here, that's the unpaid section, where just from the content of your page, that's where that comes up. Now, notice what's missing. No employers. It's all job boards. The job boards are spending a lot more time and effort and, yes, money optimizing their websites so that their pages come up first in the search results. So when candidates go and they're searching for an entry-level job in St. Louis, we're going to capture most of that traffic, most of those candidates. And then essentially, we sell those candidates to employers. Well, there are lots of employers hiring entry-level candidates in St. Louis, not as many today as there were, say, a year or two ago, but there still are many. Why aren't there any employers on that list? It's because they haven't spent the time and resources, and they should. So why are social networking sites all the rage? Why do people care about them so much in the recruitment space? Well, the reason is that traffic, and let me show you what I mean. Okay, up here, this is Google's traffic. Basically, number one, month after month after month after month. And then now you drop way down. The highest traffic job boards, Career Builder and Monster, are way down here. And these are the highest traffic job boards. College Recruiter wouldn't even be visible on this list, as well as the vast, vast majority of niche sites. We just wouldn't show up. We'd be so far down, comparatively speaking, that you just wouldn't see us. So if you're wondering, as an employer, why when I go to Career Builder, Monster, etc., why when I'm looking for candidates there, whether I'm posting ads, whether I'm searching resumes, why am I not finding anybody? Well, it's because those candidates are spending more and more time on sites like MySpace and Facebook than they are on sites like Monster, Career Builder, etc. Mobile marketing, one of the big uses of it is cell phone text messaging. It's sort of in its infancy. It's been around for a few years. It's really actually starting to become mainstream because Obama made it such a central part of his primary and general campaigns. Another really cool tool is Twitter. It's microblogging, 140 characters, and for employers, hey, we're hiring this kind of a job, somebody for this kind of a job, and here's a link to the application page. Twitter is very rapidly growing in the employment space.